We got a sneak peek at the guitar boat with some of your guitars. A lot of black and gold. But one I wanted to ask you about specifically is the Flying V with the kind of standard Les Paul headstock.
Yeah.
How did you come to, like, was that an idea you had, or just someone threw it out there and you're like, yeah, I'll play that?
I just always liked the way Albert King's V looked with that headstock. And he's just, one of a great guitar player. And I'm lucky enough that Gibson and Ibanez makes me guitars. And when we were making a couple of V's, I was like, I want it with just like this standard kind of Gibson headstock, because I don't know, just it was kind of a tribute to him.
Yeah, it's a beautiful guitar. Like I said, black and gold hardware and stuff. It's a sharp guitar.
I don't think his is a Gibson. I think Lucy is the name of that guitar. B.B. King is Lucille. His is Lucy. But it's kind of a tribute to him. And
the one thing I want to ask before we move on and talk to Patrick, I saw these pics, and I thought this was a gag or a joke, or at least something maybe you give to fans. But this is really what you play with, and you've been playing with this for years. You said
it's comfortable. I mean, that's. There's a certain kind of way that you hit the string. I don't know. It's just become when I first started playing, I didn't play that, but I remember that I used to get a little bleeding in my hand, in my finger, and that's what kind of started me getting into. I used to play one that was a little more rounded.
Okay.
And one day, one of my old other guitar techs in the past kind of cut them pointier, so I got Dunlop to like make them pointier.
Yeah.
And now it's like the funny thing is, if a guitar player is like, "Hey man, you got a pick?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Shit."
They're like, "Yeah."
No thanks. Serj uses those too when he's playing on stage, but that's because he always would borrow my picks.
Yeah.
And he got used to playing those.
Yeah.
So that's, when he has his own picks that he has on stage, when he does a couple songs where he plays some rhythm guitar. Mm-hmm. But because we shared rehearsal studio, we played in the same band, and I just met him, he had just started learning how to play the guitar.
Okay.
So I was the guy that was giving him picks.
Yeah, feeding.
And so, he just got used to those picks too. So
yeah, and it's so they got a big service area, but pretty flexy. They're not like hard picks.
No, they're not like rock
rigid,
hard solid,
yeah.
But they give me this kind of, I don't know, the way I strike the string, and there's something, the oud.
Yeah.
Those long kind of, the way if you see an oud player, the way they strike the strings, I feel like I kind of strike it in the same way at certain points, and that kind of gives me that extra
clearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Daron, I really appreciate. We got to get out there and talk to Patrick about the rest of your rig, but I really appreciate.
Thank you for doing this.
And congrats on the new record,
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
I don't know which one's like a main one or one that gets used the most, but let's just start down the line.
Okay, we can start with the OG here.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine a lot of Ibanez's and SGs.
Yeah, this is kind of where it all started, I guess.
Wow.
He's a classic Gibson guy for the most part. Got into Ibanez at some point.
Yeah.
And fell in love. So this is usually what we start the show with.
Okay. What can you tell people? Like, do you know a year or anything specific to that?
Not specifically.
Okay.
I can tell you that this is brand new, hot off the presses. Basically, a newer version of the classic. All Gibson custom shop, custom contour, Seymour Duncan custom shop pickups.
Wow.
He usually prefers the pearly gates, and in some guitars, depending on the tone, we'll go with these Saturday Night Specials.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good for people to know. What should we know about strings as you're pulling out the guitars?
Strings have evolved.
Okay.
We've had a couple different versions since I've been working with Daron. We're using the Ernie Ball custom set. This is 10 to 50. Name on the package even. That's exciting.
Oh, perfect.
Potentially a signature set in the works for retail. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, do you know why this? Because I believe last time it was, or before that, it was 10 to 52s.
Right.
So talk to me about the transition or the adjustment here.
10 to 52 is a, light top, heavy bottom. I think he likes his strings a little more slinky right now.
Okay.
So there's just a vibe change.
Yeah.
More than anything.
What should we know about tunings? Maybe either one of those ones that we saw so far.
Tuning is the same across the board. He's
Okay.
the drop C kind of guy.
Okay.
So all of the system catalog, I believe, is drop C. Makes it easy if he just wants to call an audible and swap out guitars.
Yeah, so again, only 2 weeks in, few shows in. Is that kind of the vibe when it goes to being on stage? If he likes a guitar, he kind of rolls with it, or are there changes?
I think we'll usually do a switch, maybe 10 songs in or halfway through the set.
Okay.
He'll get comfortable with the guitar in the dressing room. We'll have a designated starter, and then he'll switch, possibly for tuning purposes if necessary, but usually just, vibe change. We'll go to the Iceman after the SG.
Yeah.
And if it stays in tune, he doesn't throw it or, drop it.
Yeah.
He'll roll with it if he's comfortable with it.
Cool. Well, I'll bring out some more of these treats.
Okay. This one's on the bench right now.
Yeah.
This is another Iceman. This has the secret ninja binding, black. So virtually invisible, but at the custom shop they said, well, no one will see it. He says, I'll see it. I'll know it's there.
Yeah.
So, and it sounds great. So this is one of the favorites. It's probably the main right now during the show.
Do you know if there's Seymour Duncans in that, or if that's more like Ibanez?
Yeah, this is all Duncan now.
Okay, so he's all Duncan.
Yeah, when they come from the custom shop, they're already wired up.
Okay.
Typically, after the stock production pickups, then we'll usually change them out for custom shop.
Okay, and then same configuration, Saturday Night Special?
Yeah, pearly gates in these.
Okay.
I think the Saturday Night Specials reside in the V because it's a little bit different tonally.
Let's go there. Let's see the V.
The V. Pull out the V. Another hot off the presses.
Wow.
Black and gold, nice and shiny. Pretty monster. This you don't see a lot. Not the stock V headstock, but more like an LP headstock. So, but all Gibson.
And I see a 335 there, or is it a 55?
This is another new one from the custom shop.
Oh wow.
Same color scheme. Only thing he didn't love about it was the Grovers as opposed to the classic Kluson wafflebacks. We'll probably change that out when they're available.
Okay.
Again, same pickup configuration. These definitely sound different. This rings more on stage because of the hollow body action.
Yeah.
So, but a sweet guitar, and it has a vibe.
Yeah, I know for a long time he's been using a 62 SG and a 67 or late 60s 335 and kind of combine them for like studio tones.
Yeah.
So it's rad to see the 335 get represented in that too. Is there a certain song that the 335 comes out in, or is it just again choice?
So far, it's like changes from day to day.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been pretty consistent with opening with the SG, moving to the Iceman. If there's a time where he wants to bring it out or a certain song, maybe they call it an audible, change the set. He might say, "I need the 335 for this," and there we go.
Is he making signals to you on stage for those types of audibles, or is it just like a nod, or how's that work when you're seeing him on stage and a guitar change needs to happen?
It'll be pretty obvious when it needs to happen. Yeah, if something goes horribly wrong, then we'll swap out. Otherwise, it's a designated spot in the set.
Okay.
Or when I do the guitar change, he'll say, "Hey, later on, I need this," or "I need this for this song."
Okay.
That kind of thing. So
I see a few more Icemans in there. Are those? Yeah.
Custom shop.
The not so stealth binding.
Not so stealth binding. Yeah. Just a little bit different vibe than the ninja binding.
Yeah.
And same pickups. A little bit different tone, but they all sound great.
Now you're figuring out each other's like workflow and almost like a a language in terms of guitar player, guitar tech. What have you discovered so far in terms of like what he wants out of his guitars, whether it's sonically or setups?
Sonically, he likes a lot of bite.
Okay.
You know, that he can articulate, get pick attack without having to dig in too hard.
Okay.
And yeah, tonally, same thing with the amps. Wants a lot of presence. You know, not super metal, but not so subdued like rock metal.
Yeah.
Kind of bridging the gap.
Yeah.
You know, so we get as close as we can without getting too, you know, sucked out in the mid range.
And what about setups when it comes to guitar? Because I hear this a lot when we do these rig rundowns. It's like, I want to fight with my guitar, so higher action, a little more fight in the guitar, you know, when it comes to playing. Or does he want that action low, make it a little easier?
Fairly low.
Okay.
You know, again, slinky strings. We don't want it buzzing, but we want it to be easy to play.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not so much of a, you know, ruler measurement type guy, more of a feel, you know, so I'll set it up to my personal taste.
Okay.
And if he has any comments or criticisms, then we'll make adjustments, but he's usually pretty spot on. So if I come into a gig like this on short notice and it's, if it ain't broke, don't break it.
Yeah.
So they're all pretty close, and if there's adjustments, then he'll let me know.
Got it.